Oh, good evening there, and welcome to another night of the news with the Industrial Daily News. Today, we are talking about this weird transition that we are seeing within our cities here in Britain, that we're calling the Industrial Revolution. Now, what that might be is something that we're still trying to figure out, but we're noticing that there is something happening, that our daily farmers are now coming into the city and are now becoming a part of the city folk. Now, what brought these farmers here, and what kind of effects are they having on our daily lives here in the big cities? Well, let's go ahead and take a look with a couple of our reporters out on the scene talking to many different British folks and seeing what's going out on the streets. Alright, let's go to our first reporter for the night. Let's take a look at what's going on.
I'm here behind the scenes at the British factories with my friend Leslie. Leslie, how are you doing today?
Horrible.
And why is that?
Hey, service stuff. Hey, do you have a dollar?
No.
What about you? No. Man.
Anyway, Leslie, how are you doing today?
Horrible.
And how is the food that they serve you at the factory?
Same thing with breakfast and lunch.
Well, that's certainly not good. I will catch you later, Leslie. I'm over here with my friend Zachary now. Zachary, how are you doing?
Horrible.
Why are you coughing?
It's just in the factories, air quality is bad, so...
Well, that's certainly not good. Did they pay you enough to be working through all that bad stuff?
They only pay us enough to be able to support our family a little bit, so...
Yeah. Well, there you have it, people. Factories are not a good place to work. Back to you.
Now that we have seen the industrial cities rise, let's go ahead and look at what the living conditions are now with this different change of more people coming into our cities.
Today we're going to be interviewing a few witnesses on the living conditions in Britain. Here are our first witnesses. Aaron, how would you describe your living conditions?
Well, our living conditions are pretty bad at times. We've got no plans for building or nothing. Our codes, we have no development codes, no sanitary codes. Pretty gross out here.
What's it like at home?
Well, at home, it gets pretty smelly actually. Our whole family's in one room and it gets pretty bad. It's yeah, it ain't good.
For your time, Aaron. Oh look, there are two more witnesses over there.
No, hold on.
Let's go see what they're crying about. Why are you guys crying? Our mom just died. What from? Cold.
She died from cholera.
She was only 38 years old.
The average lifespan is only 38.
Why so young?
Cholera is a deadly disease, that's why.
Well, thank you for your time. This is UKN News and we're signing out.
Thank you very much there, reporter. Now let's go ahead and look at the middle class and how that is changing during the Industrial Revolution.
We're live in London with Bob, Matt, and Chris. Here's Chris. Okay, Chris, how would you describe the middle class?
We are neither rich or poor. We're A-OK. Also, the new middle class transformed the social structure of Great Britain.
Okay, now here's Bob. Hey Bob, what would you say the middle class consists of?
The middle class consists of government employees, doctors, and lawyers.
Okay. Great. Lastly, Matt. When were entrepreneurs considered equal to the middle class?
In the 1800s.
The middle class has enough money to provide for themselves, but I guess the lower class doesn't.
World Star!
Thank you, reporter. And now let's go ahead and go to our next topic about this transition to the Industrial Revolution in our cities. Let's go ahead and talk about the working conditions and how is that changing now with all these new factories coming about.
I'm here at the Gucci Cotton Factory with Junior Rodriguez. How is your work? Do you like it?
No, I hate it. It sucks actually. It's terrible.
See, you have an injury. What happened?
Well, I was cleaning the machines and I slipped and fell and my arm flew across the factory. So one of the workers brought it to me and I sewed it back on and continued cleaning.
Wow. Great.
And now we're here with Hannah Wilson. What do you do? What are your hours?
I have to work in a coal mine
for 14 hours a day.
It's terrible. It is. I'm Alyssa. This is Group 3 News, and back to you, John.
Very nice. Thank you so much for that. Now let's go ahead and do our prediction of the long-term effects with this new transition in the Industrial Revolution in our cities.
This is Breaking News with Ramon. I'm here with the guest,
Rachel.
and we're talking about crime and stuff. What do you think?
People are allowed to get away with like a bunch of crime without anything. Like this example right here. People are allowed to get away with this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I'm here with
Amanda.
and what do you think?
I think there's a lot of crime. I could be like shot at any time, you know. Yeah.
This just in.
Well, that's all we have for you guys tonight. Thank you very much for coming to the Industrial Daily News. And don't forget, Britain, stay classy.